Welcome back, fight fans, to another exciting episode of our MMA World Update. With a new champion being crowned, the burning question is, who will be stepping up to challenge for the title next?
What does Sean Strickland want to do next? Who does he want to fight? Well, there's lots of contenders, there's lots of potential challenges, there's lots of people that have a claim to challenging Sean Strickland.
Could it be Jared Cannonier, who is currently ranked 4th in the UFC middleweight division? Well, the waters have been muddied by Dana White's cryptic statements about Israel Adesanya's rematch prospects, leaving many fans puzzled. And then we're also going to explore the heated debate surrounding the Adesanya vs. Strickland rematch, where many opinions are divided. But that's not all. Khamzat Chimaev has made it clear that the conflict with Khabib Nurmagomedov publicly ended a year ago after the intervention of the Chechen president Ramzan Kadyrov.
Pavlovich, you dead, man.
I just want to put it out in the universe. Jim Miller versus Paul Felder, UFC.
My God, man.
And then at the end of the video, the UFC will be preparing for UFC 300, an event that promises to be truly spectacular. But before we dive in, do not forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support keeps us going and fuels our passion for all things MMA. Now let's jump into the action. In the spring of 2024, the UFC will be hosting UFC 300, and the organization's top brass aims to create something historic and extraordinary for this anniversary event. Rumors about potential fights are beginning to surface, and quite frankly, the early signs are truly impressive. If Dana White and his matchmakers can bring these plans to fruition, this event promises to be one that you do not want to miss. I mean, UFC 300 is really going to be a dream event. Fans are eagerly anticipating a fight that, while currently just a tantalizing possibility, could soon become a reality. As we recall, Jon Jones was notably absent from the anniversary UFC 200 due to a doping scandal. But it is widely expected that he will be gracing the next milestone event. However, surprising everyone, his opponent is not predicted to be Sergey Pavlovich. Instead, the stage is set for a showdown with none other than Tyson Fury. The Gypsy King has already confirmed that he received a contract from the UFC for this event, but the fighters have yet to make their final decision, leaving many fans in suspense. Another high-status event that promises to be is a fight between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski. A rematch is inevitable, and the best time for it? Well, why not UFC 300? I mean, come on, that's going to attract a lot of attention. Volkanovski himself has already expressed his desire to compete at UFC 300, saying,
I think that's one of the bigger fights that you can make. I truly do believe that. A lot of people want to see it again. It's very, very competitive, and I guarantee you I get it done next time.
And UFC 300, I'm gonna touch that because I know I'm not gonna hit UFC 400, so I'm definitely gonna hit UFC 300. That's one I'm gonna be a part of.
There is also a lot of chatter about the highly anticipated comeback of Conor McGregor headlining UFC 300, and some fans are even speculating that the Notorious might be avoiding a specific matchup with a Mr. Michael Chandler in order to secure a spot at UFC 300. However, Michael Chandler appears to be unconvinced by these claims.
Guys, I'm here in studio. Hap just gave me a lesson in the cutest way possible about how me versus Conor McGregor is going to go. Check it out. All right, explain it.
This is Conor McGregor, and he has 0. This is that man. He had 1. He has 1,000,000 points.
A million?
And I ride 1,000,000.
Okay.
And then I ride 0.
That is great.
And this is guess, so that means he was somewhere different.
Okay.
And this means that, so he lives somewhere where we live.
Okay. So he's the guest, and he has 0 points, and I have 1,000,000. 1,000,000. That's awesome. Good job, buddy.
Jared Cannonier, who is currently ranked 4th in the UFC middleweight division, has recently taken the MMA world by storm with his request to the promotion's president Dana White for a rematch against the reigning middleweight champion Sean Strickland. Now, this intriguing call-out comes in the wake of Strickland's stunning victory over Israel Adesanya. During the post-fight press conference, Dana White expressed his interest in a potential rematch between Strickland and Adesanya.
No, I think you do the rematch, absolutely. I mean, the rematch is interesting.
Still feel like the fight to make is the rematch?
Well, I think if you remember that night, people said, well, what do you think? You think it's a rematch? I said, yeah, the rematch sounds great. Never did I say, I saw the stupid shit that was written, by all these stupid websites. Never once did I say, yes, we're going to do this rematch.
Okay, now it's time to take a break. Now it's time for me to let this division kind of move on. Like, who knows, Israel? Maybe a 6-month thing, maybe a year if you like. You probably could become bigger. And I guess, and I tell you what, since Dana White loves you so much, if you wait a little bit, you raise the stock value of you. People wanna miss you. You know what I mean? Maybe make them miss you after a loss. Remember, that's 2 losses in the last I want to say 8 months. In his last 3 fights, he's lost twice.
So for Izzy, I think the activity might be a little too much. Izzy has been fighting a lot. Between when I was champion, myself, Izzy, we were fighting for, quite a few pay-per-views. So I think Izzy's at a point where I think he could, just take a little break. And I think he can make the necessary adjustments to be able to come out there and win that fight. Because if you go back to the previous fight with his previous foe in Alex Pereira, 3 losses to this guy in a row, I think that right there was an even bigger test. Because after you've lost 3 times to this man and twice by stoppage, hey, you start to think yourself, like, am I able to get this job done?
I would like to see Izzy take a time, get better in his game, and come back a brand new, reformed Izzy Adesanya, new style bender, and display something different.
Right now, Sean Strickland has the goal, and I want to fight Israel Adesanya, but not as bad as I want to fight for the belt. So I'll make the promise that when I win that belt, he'll be the first defense, 100%. But right now, Israel Adesanya is irrelevant to me. Right now, the guy with the title is irrelevant. All my focus is on the guy with the title.
However, Cannonier wasted no time in making his voice heard, vehemently rejecting the idea of a Strickland Adesanya rematch, stating, "To hell with that rematch. I've already beaten your current champion. Let's meet again. I'll set another record. I'm in the best shape of my life right now." Now, this bold proclamation takes us back to their first encounter at UFC Fight Night 216 back in December of 2022, where Cannonier emerged victorious via a split decision by the judges. The fight showcased Cannonier's exceptional skills and his ability to compete at the highest level in the middleweight division. And at 39 years old, Cannonier is proving that age is just a number. With a record of 17 wins and 6 losses, Cannonier's experience and determination make him a formidable contender for the middleweight title. But who would you like to see as the next opponent for the newly crowned champ? Please go ahead and leave your suggestions down in the comments, and moving on. Khamzat Chimaev turned to his opponent Paulo Costa, who is conducting the final stage of preparation for the fight at Khabib Nurmagomedov's gym in Abu Dhabi.
Pavlovich, you dead, man. Just be sure, come up to the cage. Beat you up, send you back in the package to Brazil. But still in Brazil, they don't want you. No countries recognize you. Now you're coming to my country. Muslims, brothers, they're coming for you. Allahu Akbar.
Chimaev clearly did not expect that his future opponent would receive help in Khabib's gym, with whom Boris has a real war. This gesture from Chimaev makes it clear that the conflict with Nurmagomedov, which publicly ended a year ago following the intervention of Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov, is still ongoing. The conflict originally started when Chimaev stated that he was ready to defeat the undefeated Russian, and later, the Chechen fighter engaged in a scuffle with Abubakar Nurmagomedov at the UFC 280 event in Abu Dhabi. Let's not forget that the middleweight bout between Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev will be the second most significant event at UFC 294, scheduled for October 21st in Abu Dhabi. The main event will feature a lightweight title rematch between Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. Jan Blachowicz, the former UFC light heavyweight champion, recently took to social media to share a significant health update.
So today I have a small surgery on my elbow. Now everything is clean. I will not gonna feel pain anymore in my elbow. Now 3 weeks of break. I need to focus about the recovery, rehabilitation. So 3 weeks nothing. After 3 weeks I will back to the gym and start training normal. But doctor says something important, that 3 months I cannot do anything in my home. No cleaning, no throwing trash, nothing. Just play games, focus about, relax. So I'm gonna do it like he says. Okay.
So that is all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, as it does help the development of the channel, so thank you very much in advance.